Hello, welcome to the channel Mastering Yourself. Do you rely on others emotionally? Emotional dependency is the ultimate sign of immaturity. So it's time for self check. To what extent we are emotionally dependent? It's not others' job to fill your emotional needs, and you should realize that true emotional fulfillment can only be provided by loving yourself. For example, meet the Johnsons family. John the father, Susan the mother, and their daughter Em. John has always been the primary breadwinner, working long hours to provide for the family. Suzanne, on the other hand, has dedicated to taking care of households and supporting John's career. So, what happens? Over the years, John has developed a strong emotional dependency on Suzanne, making her responsible for his well being and happiness. So, Emma, the daughter, grows up witnessing this dynamic and learns that emotional dependency is a normal aspect of relationships. She sees her father seeking constant reassurance and validation from her mother. This example illustrates how John's emotional dependence on Suzanne can potentially impact Emma's future relationships. This can have several consequences for Emma. She might unconsciously adopt similar patterns of emotional dependency in her own relationships. She might believe that seeking constant emotional support from a partner is a normal way of expressing love and connection. She might struggle with developing her own emotional dependence and self esteem. Witnessing her father's dependency on her mother, she may find it challenging to assert her own needs and opinions without seeking external validation. Emma may enter future relationships with unrealistic expectations about emotional support and dependency, and she might expect her partner to fulfill all her emotional needs. Breaking this pattern often requires conscious effort, communication, and a willingness to foster individual emotional growth. Now, here we come to the fact why it is so important to know the signs of emotional dependency. Because then only you can figure out if you are struggling with it and seek the help you need for healthier life. See, it's important to note that emotional dependency exists on a spectrum, and occasional dependence on others for support is normal part of human experience. However, when this reliance becomes chronic and significantly hinders personal growth and well-being, it may be a symptom of emotional dependency. Now we should know what are the five signs of emotional dependence that individuals can identify within themselves. 1. Constant need for validation. If you often seek constant reassurance and validation from others to feel accepted and valued. Second sign would be fear of abundance. If you have fear of being abandoned or rejected by others, leading to anxiety and insecurities in your relationships. Third, difficulty making decisions. If you are an emotionally dependent person, you try to always seeking the approval or input of others. Fourth one, low self-esteem. Individuals with emotional dependence often have a low sense of self-worth and may tie their self-esteem to the approval and opinion of others. Fifth, the most important one is lack of personal boundaries. These people may have difficulty maintaining personal boundaries. They may be overly accommodating or unable to say no, which is a big problem for many of us. Now, preventing emotional dependency. Is it possible? Of course, one way to avoid emotional dependency is for individuals should focus on nurturing self-esteem and personal growth and working to overcome any insecurities or complexes. It's especially crucial during childhood and adolescence when there is a lot of emotional and personality development. Now, what wisdom of ages icons have to say about emotional dependency? Emotional dependency is the inability to find securities in oneself and the resulting willingness to sacrifice self for the sake of another. Emotional dependency is the ultimate sign of immaturity. The emotionally mature person depends on love not for self validation but for sharing and giving. Self love can be the cure for emotional dependency, which results in increased happiness and reduced need for emotional support. If the video has added some value, please do consider subscribing. Thank you. Stay blessed.